minutes later, bitch. But to you, girl, I'm just like Madonna. Got the facts so sharp like piranhas. Put it in my car if I wanna.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 31 of Pop Icon, the podcast. I am your host, David, a digital media student at Gulf Coast State College, and the host of Pop Icon Radio, available on 90.7 WKGC, thealternationradio.com. We are Monday through Fridays from 8 to 9 in the morning. We are talking pop culture. We are playing pop music. We're getting into the good, the bad, and the iconic pop culture news of the week. So we just had a great show this morning, and we're going to have an even better recording here because we're doing something kind of crazy right now. We are like recording both a audio podcast as well as a visual podcast that we'll be posting on YouTube. Hopefully, we'll see how it works. It's definitely the first time, and it's something we're going to play around with. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today to episode 31. That is so crazy. 31 episodes of me talking about pop culture. That's wild. We have got so much good, bad, and iconic pop culture news to get into. And I think we should start off with what we do every week, which is jump into the box office top 10 and the Billboard Hot 100 of the week. So let's just do it. So we've got our Billboard Hot 100. We've got a new number one song this week. Actually, we don't. It's the same song as last week, but we've got a new top 10. So this week, number 10, we have got Type Shit, Future, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti. At number 9, We Can't Be Friends, Ariana Grande. At number 8, Lovin' On Me, Jack Harlow. At number 7, we've got Jolene by Beyonce. At number 6, we've also got Beyonce and Miley Cyrus with Two Most Wanted. At number 5, we have got Lose Control, Teddy Swims. At number 4, we've got Too Sweet by Hozier. Number 3, we've got Benson Boone, Beautiful Things. I keep wanting to say Wild Things whenever I hear that song, but that's not it. It's Beautiful Things. Number 2, we've got Texas Hold On by Beyonce, because she just dropped the Cowboy Carter album this past week, and I guess all of the songs are back in action. Here we go. So that's exciting. And then also this week at number 1, we have got Like That, Future, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar. I'm like, do I really give a shit about that song? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it will be the song, the theme of Pop Icon Radio going forward, or maybe not. I didn't think I was going to like that Red Rum song either, and I ended up enjoying it. So here we go with that. That's our Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 of the week. Obviously, Beyonce is everything to talk about there. Happy for her for getting 3 songs in there. I was hoping Spaghetti was going to get in there maybe. Who knows? So we can jump into our box office top 10 of the week. We have got for the week of, what week is this? The weekend of April 5th through the 7th, we have got number 10. We have got Wicked Little Letters. At number 9, we have got Immaculate, 1.4 million. Wicked Little Letters pulled in 1.3 million, by the way. Number 8, we have got Arthur the King, 1.5 million. At number 7, we've got Someone Like You, not to be confused with Anyone But You, 3 million. Number 6, we have got Dune Part 2, 7.4 million. Number 5, we have got Kung Fu Panda 4, 7.8 million. At number 4, we have got The First Omen, 8.4 million. At number 3, we've got Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, 9 million. $9 million is not too shabby. Congratulations to that. Number 2, we have got Monkey Man, $10 million. And our number 1 movie of the week is the same movie as last week. It's Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, 31 million. So congratulations, I guess, to all of the filmmakers involved in putting that together. Congratulations to our number 1 song, Like That, Future, Metro Boomin. We'll get into the good, the bad, and the iconic pop culture news coming up. We're going to start with the good, and we're going to start with remember we said we're going to do pop culture history? We're going to start with the good news and pop culture history up after this little bit of a break. So we can get into the good pop culture news of the week. We can start things off with the first trailer for Joker Folie A Deux being released at CinemaCon. The Joker 2 trailer stars Oscar winners Joaquin Phoenix, Lady Gaga, and it looks to be one of like the craziest movies of 2024. It looks like it's coming out in October. It is the sequel to the billion-dollar hit that garnered Joaquin Phoenix his first Oscar, I think. But we're doing things a little bit differently now. Apparently, director Todd Phillips will now have this be a musical, a somewhat movie musical, set at Arkham Asylum with Lady Gaga and the Joker finding one another and falling in love. So before announcing the trailer, Phillips revealed that he had wanted to come to CinemaCon back in 2020 just to thank theater owners despite not having a film to promote. I'm like, of course, you just want to fucking pander to the audience, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. Phoenix returns to the role of Arthur Fleck, while Lady Gaga appears to be a character by the name of Harley Quinn. They are a duo known for their toxic romantic relationship in the comics. And, I mean, they're just like a good time, right? The first Joker surprised back in 2019, bringing in more than $1 billion at the box office, making it the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. And it was kind of wild. I remember talking about it on Movie Day Podcast with my friend Stacy, and I didn't love it at the time. I have to be honest with you. There was like a lot that I did not care for, but I don't know. This new one looks kind of good, and like adding Lady Gaga to it, I'm like, oh, here we fucking go. These two like psychopaths together. I cannot wait to see where they're going with it, you know? So super excited about that one. We have got another trailer being released this week. We have got the Maxxxine trailer being released from A24, and it looks fucking crazy. Oh my god. Have you seen it? So Maxxxine is the third in a trilogy about a girl by the name of Maxine Mings, who the first one takes place in a movie called X, released 2 years ago. The second one was a kind of like a prequel, kind of like finding out a little bit more about some of the characters that were revealed in X. And then now Maxine is taking us back to our original final girl. So apparently we're going to learn a couple of things. Apparently it takes 6 years after X. It takes place in 1985, whereas X took place in 1979. We have got her starring in The Puritan 2, which I guess was the working title for Maxxxine while it was in production this year. So we got Mia Goth starring as the blonde Maxine Mings, who is just taking over fucking Hollywood. Those of you who have listened to the podcast know that I was like obsessed with Mia Goth, and not only just Mia Goth, I was like obsessed with Pearl, the character. There was just something about her that just like, oh my god, she was like everything. She was like me screaming like whenever I'm like having a mental breakdown. I'm like, oh, I get it, and I get what she's trying to say right now. Oh, and speaking of, I forgot something. Oh my god, we didn't start things off with our pop culture, our pop icon pop culture history. Shit, let's just jump right into that. So we have got April 12th, 1914, the Mark Strand Theatre opening in New York City. It was the first official movie theater. Were there trailers to be seen in this movie theater? I wonder. Could you have watched Maxxxine back in the day at this theater? I wonder. I'm going to have to look into that. So I'm really excited to watch that. We have got Mia Goth in it. We've got Kevin Bacon. We got Elizabeth Debicki. We have got, who else? Halsey's in it. Just like all the it girls. I want to say Lily Collins is randomly in it too. I love her. She's so beautiful. So we'll see where that goes. Very, very interesting. What else have we got going on? Oh, we've got Billie Eilish about to release the hit, I guess it might be the hit single. Billie Eilish is going to be releasing her first single, Bittersweet, coming up here soon, I guess, whenever she puts out her newest album by the name of Hit Me Hard and Soft. So she is now announcing on the 8th of April, announcing the newest addition to her discography. We have got Hit Me Hard and Soft, May 17th, 2024. She writes on Instagram, she goes, Hit Me Hard and Soft, my third album comes out May 17th. This is just how she's like writing it. She goes, so crazy to be writing this right now. I'm nervy and excited. Not doing singles. I want to give it to you all at once. Phineas and I truly cannot be more proud of this album. We can absolutely not wait for you to hear it. Love you, love you, love you. Why is she saying that? But then she's like, we're going to release Bittersweet as the first single. Okay, I guess she's not releasing it beforehand. So we have got Billie Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft track list being released, even though she got pissed off at Rolling Stone for releasing it. So I'm just going to piss her off too. So we've got number 1, we've got Skinny. Number 2, we've got Lunch. And number 3, we've got Chihiro, which I think that was like the little girl from Spirited Away, right? I don't remember. Number 4, we've got Birds of a Feather. Number 5, we've got Wildflower. Number 6, we have got The Greatest. Number 7, L'Amour de ma vie. Bitch, what the fuck? The fuck? I don't know what that says. Number 8, we've got The Diner. Number 9, we've got Bittersweet. And number 10, we have got Blue. So Blue is like the theme of the album. It's like her falling into the water and like through an open door. And it's like, can she find her way back out? I don't know. Will she be able to? I hope so. I've got like faith in her. She's like a good girl. So that's like interesting. We have got that going on so far. We've also got Meg the Stallion and Glorilla releasing a new song. Have you heard of it? So Glorilla and Meg the Stallion are releasing a song. It's called WannaBe. It's fun. It's over the beat of Pretty Boy Swag from back in the day, from Soulja Boy. So I'm like, is anything original these days? But it was fun, so I can like get behind it. It caused some like unnecessary beef with one of the City Girls, which I'll have to get into later on, between Glorilla and one of the City Girls. So we'll see where it goes with that. So what else have we got to talk about? Oh, last thing on the good pop culture news, we have got Civil War, I guess, being released tonight. Civil War is a 2024 dystopian war film written and directed by Alex Garland. The film stars Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura. We've got Kaylee Spaney. We have got Nick Offerman. We have got Jesse Plemons is going to be in there, I believe. Just a couple of people that we know. Carl Glossman, I believe, is supposed to be in here. That is, what's her name's ex-husband? Who? I don't remember. Maybe Zooey Deschanel. I don't know. Not Zooey Deschanel. Somebody that I like know. That's like her ex. So that's like interesting. It looks really scary. It is like basically following a team of journalists who travel across the United States during an escalated Second American Civil War, which has engulfed the entire nation. Dude, it looks fucking crazy. I have to be honest with you. It looks fucking wild. And I'm gonna have to check it out because it looks really good. And, well, I guess say tonight, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just like, I've always been like a Kay Dunst fan. And I will always be a Kirsten Dunst fan. And Alex Garland, what all has he put out? He's put out like a couple of things. The latest being he put out Men a couple of years ago. And I was like, that's interesting. That's a really interesting film. So, yeah, that's going to be our good pop culture news of the week. We have got some more coming up. We have got some bad pop culture news coming up, as well as some more pop culture news that's going to be a little bit more iconic. So be sure to keep tuned. But we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to get right back into our bad pop culture news of the week. So I guess we can get into the bad pop culture news of the week, because with the good comes the bad, of course. And so let's start things off with what I didn't do at the beginning of the last segment, which is jump into the pop icon pop culture history moment of today, April 12th of 1945. We are taking it like way back. We did 1914 before. We're doing 1945 right now. And in a little bit, we'll be talking about an iconic pop culture moment from 1995. But April 12th, 1945, President Franklin D. Roosevelt died while in office, and Vice President Harry Truman became president upon his death. So, I mean, I'd say that's some type of like pop culture news, like about the president dying in office. That'd be fucking crazy if that happened now. Knock on like wood real quick. So yeah, we have got our we've got our Billboard Hot 100 top 10. No, we have got our bad pop culture news to jump right into. And there's so much. It's like really awful this week. Let's jump into like the least awful of it all, which is that Sasha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher have split after 13 years of marriage and 3 kids. I know, if that's like our like easiest like thing to settle into, I can only imagine where it's going to go from here. Actually, I already know. So the comedians and Brothers Grimsby co-stars announced their split this past Friday, revealing in matching Instagram story posts that in 2023 we jointly filed to end our marriage. The now exes shared a photo on both their accounts of themselves in coordinating white athletic outfits. I'm like, why did they do that? They didn't look cute. They look fucking dumb. They go, after a long tennis match lasting over 20 years, we are finally putting our rackets down. I'm like, okay, now you're putting your rackets down. You know what it is she's trying to get out of there after, like, everything that Rebel Wilson has been claiming over the past couple of weeks. Have we, like, not been, like, listening to Pop Icon Radio? Because he was, like, a crazy bully to her. He, like, asked her to stick her finger up his bunghole, like, while they were filming the movie Brothers Grimsby. And I'm like, I wonder if, what's her name? Isla Fisher knew. If she knew that he was doing this, or she found out whenever Rebel put out the book, and then she was like, I can't do this anymore with you. So that's like interesting. It's like not interesting. It's like sad, actually. It's really sad that, you know, marriage is like ending in divorce. But you know what? That happens sometimes, and we're just going to have to move on from it. So we can get into some more crazy news. So we have got Nikolai Mew being found guilty of reckless homicide in the Apple River stabbing. You guys have been keeping up with the Apple River stabbing, right? I haven't been until this past week. And I started watching the testimonies and I was like, he's innocent. He was defending himself. Well, he's found guilty. So I'm like, fuck, maybe I was wrong. So the St. Croix County jury convicted Nicholas Mew, 54, of reckless homicide for fatally stabbing Isaac Schumann, 17, at the popular recreation spot in western Wisconsin. He was also convicted of recklessly endangering the safety of 4 other people he stabbed. So yeah, he made his way out of court after the verdict, and gasps and sobs were heard all throughout the courtroom whenever he was found guilty of 4 counts of reckless endangerment for stabbing 4 others, as well as 1 count of battery against another person. That's like crazy. I don't know if you guys know about it, but this guy named Isaac Mew was like attacked on the Apple River by like this group of like teenagers. They were like little shithead teenagers, like the kind of teenagers that yell like for the culture, and I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? How fuck your culture, bitch. But a lot of people online were like mad about it. They're like, he was just simply defending himself. But I guess you aren't simply defending yourself whenever a child end up dead, like with a stab wound. And like the video is like scary because you like see it. It's like very fast happening. The guy like jumps at him and he like is just holding the knife in his hand, and he like falls on the knife, and like, oh my god, the kid falls back and he's like holding his stomach. I'm like, oh wow. To be like dying, watching all of your friends like laughing, having a good time, and then them not even realizing like you're like dying, I would be like, fuck you guys, I hate you. But you know what? My phone is going off. But you know what? It's okay. I feel like no, it's not okay. Oh my god, what am I talking about? My phone distracted me. It's not okay that he like lost his life, but it's like it's sad that like they were like attacking him and calling him names and stuff. Because like if you watch the video, they're like saying that he's like a pedophile and stuff. And I'm like, he's a pedophile. He was like looking for his phone. He was just a man looking for his phone. These children attacked him. These other people came over there, started yelling at him, and then it just ended up tragically with the death of one of them. So poor kid to have died. Poor guy he's facing up to 60 years in jail. We'll see if he gets charged that or not. In other like kind of like scary like awful news, we have got a Los Angeles woman fatally stabbing her partner, as well as possibly throwing her 2 children from a moving SUV on the freeway in Los Angeles. Authorities have said an 8-month-old girl died and her 9-year-old sister was injured in the violence. We began around 3:40 a.m. The children's mother, Danielle Johnson, 34, got into an argument with a man who she lived with, Jalen Chaney, and stabbed him with a knife. Johnson then took her 2 children in a Porsche SUV, and at 4:30 a.m. the car was seen driving on the 405 when the 2 children were expelled from the vehicle while it was moving. Investigators believe the children fell or were thrown out of the moving vehicle. The infant died, and the 9-month-old was taken to the hospital with what police were saying are moderate injuries. She then sped into a tree in Redondo Beach at more than 100 miles per hour. She did not survive the crash. They later found Chaney, 29, dead in the Woodland Hills home that he lived with Johnson and Johnson's children. That's crazy. I found the girl's Twitter, and like she was like a spiritual like guru type chick, and she was like saying that like the eclipse was like making her fucking like lose it. And I'm like, oh my god, was it making her lose it? I don't know. That was like really scary though, to hear that news. And I can only imagine what that girl like went through, watching her daughter or watching her sister die, watching her mother be like the one to like kill people. Oh my god, that poor baby had to deal with that. That's so sad. We have to like move past that though to talk about some also kind of like sad news. We've got O.J. Simpson passing away. You guys know who O.J. Simpson was, right? He was, back in the day, he was a big-ass, like, star, like, football player. Then he became an actor, I think. And then he became a murderer because he killed his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, like, allegedly. And this guy named Ronald Goldman, allegedly, like, this... Some people said he was gay. I don't even know if he was or not, like... He believed they were having an affair. He like saw Ron Goldman was apparently bringing her something that she left at the restaurant, her credit card or something. Found OJ there, or OJ found the two of them there, and he killed the two of them allegedly. He got off with the charge. I don't know how he was able to get off of that because like the dude did it, but also there was like a lot of, if you watch like the Ryan Murphy show at the time, it was like a lot of like racial like strife going on. So I can understand like maybe how he got off on that, but I just like I don't understand like the way that he's like lived his life in the past years. Like if I did it, I did it. I'm like, you're fucking disgusting, dude. Like why would you even like put that out there? It's kind of like weird. So yeah, he passed away from prostate cancer at the age of 76. That's really sad. 76 is pretty old, but like, I don't know. Can you live to like 90, right? I feel like this new generation is going to live to like 100, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. So this has been like a bunch of like sad pop culture news. And I hate that we're having to get into some more. And actually, now that I think about it, this isn't even like the worst of it, but still it kind of like freaks me out because I like am specifically like targeted by this. So the school cafeteria version of the popular kids grocery snack kit Lunchables is packed with way too much sodium. Oh, it's just part of the school programs. It's not this, thank you, Jesus. It's not the ones that are like at the Dollar General whenever I need like a quick little snack. Like I need like $1.25 snack real quick just to like munch on something. It's just the ones in school. So a consumer watchdog group warned Tuesday that Lunchables developed 2 new versions of the snack kit specifically to be available nationally as part of a school lunch program for the first time last year. But a new report recently compared it to I guess what's acceptable, like the daily allowance, and it said it contains higher levels of sodium, and it also contains lead in it. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's lead in it. That's like crazy. Actually, no, I lied. It doesn't actually, it does affect me. It says Consumer Reports said it tested 12 store-bought versions of Lunchables and similar ready-to-eat meal kits, including Armour Lunch Makers, Good and Gather, Greenfield, and Oscar Mayer, and also found lead, cadmium in both or either. So that's kind of like crazy. There is no safe level of lead for children. So they need to do something about that. Please, somebody help us. Like, I'm like, is that even in like the healthier ones? Because I get those from like Target sometimes, and I'm like, this bitch is like $3, but you know what? It's like not like, it's not like the lunch meat version that they use like in the Lunchables. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll have to keep you guys posted on that. That's gonna be our bad pop culture news of the week. I know it's kind of like we've got a little bit less stories than we normally have, but I mean, it's okay. We'll keep rolling with the punches. We're gonna get into some iconic pop culture news after this little bit of a break. So I guess it is time to get into our last segment of the episode, the iconic pop culture news of the week. And so like I did before, we're going to jump into the pop culture history of today, April 12th. This is taking it back to 1995. So we have got Drew Barrymore appearing on the Late Night Show with David Letterman. And I guess because it was his birthday, she danced on his desk and she flashed him live on air. So, That's cool, I guess. Congratulations to her. I mean, did you need to do all that, Drew? Actually, she did need to do all that because she's fucking iconic, and that's what iconic people do. They, like, put a show on for others. So, happy birthday, I guess, to David Letterman if it's his birthday, and congrats to Drew Barrymore for being fucking pop icon of 1995 for that one. We can jump into some actual news of this week. So, we have got some hot pop culture news coming out of Salt Lake City. We have got Monica Garcia revealing that she is pregnant. So former Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Monica Garcia says that she is expecting a baby with a man that she actually met while she was filming the reality show. The 40-year-old told the Vial Files podcast host Nick Vial, that's like a lot in a sentence, on Thursday that baby number 5 is on the way, her first child with her 29-year-old boyfriend. She goes, honestly, we were both in shock, but he has been incredible. So even though she has not revealed who her partner is, apparently she met him on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City while they were filming. She was filming a scene with Heather Gay where she was snowmobiling. That's where they met. She was like, give me your phone. He handed her the phone and she put her her name and number in there, and the rest was history. Now they're having a baby. She goes, yes, I already have 4 girls. No, I was not planning on being 39 and going through the baby stage again, but unexpectedly, here I am. And I'm kind of here for it. Congratulations to Monica. She really is keeping things interesting in Salt Lake City. So now that one thing I want to say is Monica was fired after this past season because she was revealed as reality Von Tease. It was like all this drama. Don't you guys feel stupid for getting her off the cast? I mean, so ever since she's left, she has been stalked by her ex-best friend Tanisha. She has been on the roads, like, stalking her, filming her. She's gotten pregnant by some guy that she met while she was filming. She has, what else has she done? She's feuding with her mother even more. Like, I feel like, she was also feuding with one of the new girls that's going to be on there, Brittany. Like, they were going back and forth. So it's like, why not just keep her on the show? I'm wondering if they're going to bring her back next season after all this. I mean, she's going to be a mother. She's going to be a newly, like, giving birth mother. She's going to need a stable, like, income. And maybe Housewives can be that for her. She was the first Latina to join the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast. And she quickly became a fan favorite on the show before having to leave the show after the big season 4 controversy where it was revealed that she was actually reality Von Tease. So that's, like, amazing. Congrats to Monica. Like I said, we can get into some more iconic news. We'll get into, so our first story this week was going to be Real Housewives related, and our last story is going to be Real Housewives related. But up next, we're going to talk about JT and Glorilla going back and forth on social media. I teased about that earlier in the show, saying that Glorilla was going back and forth with somebody over a song, and I guess it was with JT of the City Girls. So apparently last year there was talk that Glorilla allegedly slapped JT at the 2023 MTV Video Music Awards. I guess JT was pissed off that there was still, like, stuff being said about it. She goes, I've been done said that she didn't. She's the one who went radio silent, played into, released a song about slapping rap bitches. Now it's female unity. Corny. Talking about a fight that she had with Glorilla, I guess, earlier in the year. The girls just started going back and forth, and eventually not only was it the two of them going back and forth, JT and Glorilla, it was JT and Young Miami, the two city girls. You know them. They released Act Bad. No, not Act Bad. Act Up. It was Act Up, not Act Bad. I don't know why I said Act Bad. Was that, like, random Diddy song from last year that Carisha, Young Miami, was on. So they went, like, back and freaking forth on social media. We had JT going on there saying, what happens in the dark always comes to light. Saying, oh, Miss Mamas, this is your last day of playing dumb. It's too much for me to tweet. I will like a sit down. Carisha, please. And this time, leave Santana home. JT writes, I know I come off crazy, but never in my life. No whack shit to this girl. She literally enjoys seeing me drag when people show me love. She goes crazy and calls it a hate train. But like I said, we can sit and talk about it. Young Miami comes on there and she goes, you let the internet put in your head that I'm jealous of you when you know I'm the one that always pushed us. You have resentment towards me, and that's okay. She goes, a bitch trying to kick me while I'm down and play into these narratives is dangerous when I've been nothing but a friend to you. I guess, so we know last week I talked about Young Miami apparently getting into it, like getting into the Diddy drama. She was a sex worker apparently for him, $250,000 a month. She was also supposedly delivering pink cocaine, which I found out is a thing. I talked to one of the girls at work and she was like, it's a thing. I was like, oh, I had no idea. So I guess aesthetics over anything. So that's like amazing. The rap girls are fighting and I'm like, can you just stop? Can you just fucking stop it, ladies? It doesn't need to be like this. Speaking of fighting, I guess this isn't really a fight. We just have some like drama going down in Nashville. So country music star Morgan Wallen, is it Wallen or Whalen? Morgan Wallen was arrested on felony charges in downtown Nashville. So Wallen is accused of throwing a chair off the 6th story of the new Chiefs bar. So country music singer Morgan Wallen was charged with 3 felony counts early Monday morning in connection with an incident at the Eric Church's new honky tonk on Broadway. I'm looking at his mugshot. He looks like every dude that goes to fucking Newbies on a Saturday night. He looks like one of this girl that I worked with, like boyfriend. So according to an arrest report for the 30-year-old singer, some Metro Nashville police officers were standing in the front of the Chiefs bar on Broadway Sunday night when a chair fell from above them, hitting the ground just feet from where they were standing. Staff members of the Chiefs told officers that Wallen was responsible for throwing the chair from the 6th story of the business, according to the arrest report. Officers were able to view video which shows him lunging and throwing an object over the roof. Whoa, that's crazy. That's fucking wild. Witnesses told officers that Wallen laughed it off afterwards. He was arrested on 3 counts of reckless endangerment for the 2 officers who were in the vicinity and for the danger to the public. He was also charged with disorderly conduct. His bond was set as $15,250. His next court date is May 3rd. His representative said that he was arrested in downtown Nashville for reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct. He is operating fully with authorities. Yeah, I bet he is. So this comes off of news that Morgan Wallen's like ex Katie, I guess she got engaged to another man, and I guess also recently, like in the past week, she got engaged and then she got eloped in the week after. So that's gotta like hurt Mr. Wallen and his pride, maybe. I know the 2 of them have a kid together, and so I was like reading all of these like salacious articles where it was like, they're like, Morgan just couldn't handle it knowing that another man was going to be raising his son. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what do you mean another man is going to be raising his son? Are you going to stop raising your son now because there's like, he has a stepdad, a 22-year-old stepdad? The girlfriend is like 29. I'm like, why is she dating a 22-year-old? Like, do you think a 22-year-old is want to like settle down? I don't know. You don't think he's like dating you because like your ex is like Morgan Wallen? I don't know. I like looked at the pictures of the 2 of them and he looks just like Morgan Wallen. They look like the same. So I'm like, you really didn't go outside of the box there, girlfriend. So Katie Smith speaks out after the arrest, saying, let's see, what does she say? She says, I cannot speak on Morgan's behalf, but I do pray the very best for him, praying that this is just a slip up, that he will return to the good path that he was on prior. Back in 2021, he checked himself into rehab after a video was leaked of him using a racial slur. He did. He said the N-word, and I was like shocked. I was like, Morgan Wallen, why are you saying the N-word on camera, you psychopath? Like, why are you even saying the N-word in general? It's 2021, but now it's 2024, and people still say it, so it's like, what the fuck? So they were dating starting in 2016. They got engaged months later. They ended their relationship in 2019 before welcoming their son, Indigo, in July of 2020. She announced her engagement to Luke Scornavaco on March 29th. Days later, they revealed that they had actually tied the knot. So sorry, Morgan. You know, you got to get over it. Sometimes your ex like finds somebody and you know, they get together with him real quick and you just have to like get over it. I mean, it's happened to me before. It's happened to like a lot of people. And you have to just like maybe make peace with the fact that like she's dating a 22-year-old. Maybe you should take him on as like as a mentor. I mean, maybe he could be a country music star. Who knows? So we'll get into our last little bit of pop culture news, iconic pop culture news of the week. We have got the iconic move of Kenya Moore coming back for season 16 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know why I said 16 like that, which will reunite her with her frenemy, longtime frenemy, Portia Williams. On Friday, April 12th, the actress and former Miss USA confirmed her return return to the next season of the Bravo series, which is set to start filming in May. Oh, wow, finally. She goes, I may be gone with the wind fabulous, but I'm not going anywhere. That'd be a good tagline for her. I really, 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 really hope that they don't bring anybody else back. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Because Real Housewives of Atlanta, for those of you who don't know, like, it's being kind of rebooted right now because it got really boring this past season. A lot of people, like, fell off. And that's it. That is our iconic news of the week. I guess, you know what? There is one little bit more of iconic bit of news. We have got something that is happening right now that is just, like, so shocking. The Golden Bachelor is getting a divorce. What? Oh my gosh. So did you know the Golden Bachelor, Gary Turner? I guess I could have put this in, like, the bad pop culture news of the week. This could have been, like, the bad pop culture of the day. Like, but it's not going to be because it just now came out. So Gary Turner starred as the 72-year-old Golden Bachelor, where he proposed to Teresa Nist. They got married on January 4th, 2024, before announcing their separation today, on April 12th. So 3 months together. That's really not that long, but at least they got a reality TV show out of it. I would love to have, like, at least got a reality TV show out of, like, a shitty relationship. All I ever got was, like, a headache and, like... and, like, a swollen hand. So we're not gonna get into anything, actually. We're gonna be ending things, actually, for this week, episode 31 of Pop Icon. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys already don't, be sure to check out Pop Icon on Instagram at Pop Icon Radio. I'm trying to grow my following on there a little bit, and this newest episode will be posted visually if you're interested. I mean, there's really not gonna be that much besides, unless you want to see me, on the YouTube channel. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to start having some guests on and we can have them on there, because I think that's probably what the gig is going to be like. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I guess I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.